Well, good morning, friends. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a cool Tuesday in October, coolish for Texas. And I enjoyed my morning walk this morning. It was nice and cool. I actually put on my favorite yoga pants. So I've been waiting to wear these. And it's a great day. I wanted to come and talk today about being healthy-ish. So that's the title of the episode. Episode 2, healthy-ish. Um, those of you who don't know me, my friends know a lot about me. My people that are not friends yet, I'm 46. I'll be 47 next month. I have always been a healthy-ish person since I was, I guess, little. I actually really like vegetables. They're one of my favorite things. I thought about becoming a vegetarian because I actually love the taste of vegetables. But and for a long time, I would do a lot of meatless meals. I just kind of preferred it. Um, Especially through the 90s when all the negative stuff that came out about eggs and milk and butter and don't eat red meat and all the things. We kind of got told always choose chicken, choose fish. And now I would say in the last 5 years, I've probably eaten more beef than in the previous 20 years. Um, so I started running college-ish. I didn't like running. I'm tall, and especially when I was in middle school and high school, had real thin runner's style legs. But I've never really been a great runner. My cardio always holds me back. Um, my parents both smoked like crazy growing up, and my lung capacity is just, I don't know if it's just genetics or because of that as a young child, getting so much secondhand smoke. But like I remember in early, like fourth grade, you have to run the mile. I thought I was going to die. And all these other people, like, I mean, I was skinny, but like they could just run and they didn't even seem winded. And I mean, I've always had low cardio compared to other people with my body style. And so when I work up my cardio to be able to run, it takes me a lot longer than most people, even now. So I really don't know if I still have lung damage. Your lungs, I think, supposed to rebuild after being out of like smoking environments. And I haven't lived with my parents since I was 20. Well, I left to college, would come back for the summers, but officially like 23, I was out of the house completely. So I don't know, but I fell in love with running because, for one, it does give you some great legs, especially through your 20s. And it was a great way to keep my weight down. And once I got my cardio up, I could run for hours. And I'm not kidding. I decided to run a marathon when I was 24. I ran a full marathon. My husband and I just started dating. I always tell the story that the first night that he spent the night, um, when we were dating, I was like, okay, so you can spend the night, but I got to run 17 miles in the morning. So like, I got to go to bed. And I did. I got up and left him laying in the bed and went and did my 17 miles, came back. He left me a cute note. And, anyway, he knows I get on these kicks when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. We did a couple triathlons when we were first married, and biking and swimming are not my favorites. I will do it and not die, but um, I love a challenge, and I really am one of those mind over matter people. People are like, you're a runner. It just must come so easy to you. No, hell no. The first 5 minutes, I feel like I'm going to die. Every 99% of the runs that I do, the first 5 minutes, I feel like I'm going to die. I'm not running right. Well, I ran a mile last week and then I walked a mile. I'm on my down. Like, it's an ebb and flow. Those of you out there that have been workout people your whole life, there's times when I'm a badass and I can go run 8 miles and it's nothing. And then there's other times where I'm like, I'm literally checking my watch every 30 seconds. I gotta get up to 4 minutes today. I'm trying to get my legs back under me. Um, it is what it is. It's all about it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? Um, I started running um, as a young adult because my parents were super unhealthy. I got to plug in. My parents were super unhealthy because of smoking, and my dad was an alcoholic, and one of each of my grandparents had heart issues on each side. I saw my aunt wither away and die at age, mid 40s because of lung cancer. Or maybe she was 50. I can't remember, but it was young. It was young. My maternal grandmother died of lung cancer. And then now my mom, just 2 weeks ago, died. Really, lung cancer is what started it all. And so I'm just like, I can't. Like, I don't know if it's genetics or lifestyle, but man, we haven't had a good good record. And so, sometimes people look at me that I know struggle with weight and they're like, oh, you must not have any struggles. Well, I don't know because I've been a pretty healthy person my whole life. I do have people in my family that really struggle with weight, diabetes, and it is a lifetime struggle for them. And so it's kind of like that choose your hard, right? Like, yeah, getting up on a Saturday morning and going and running 5 miles is hard and it sucks. And, telling people you can't go do something because you're training, or you can't go out and drink because you're doing a no drinking sabbatical. Sucks sometimes, but it's worth it. So that's my journey in a nutshell on that. And I want to talk to you about it today because it is super personal to me. And I've seen what a non-healthy lifestyle can really do, especially to women. I'm sure I know it affects men. I'm a woman, so it's going to be like my story, right? And if I could help a woman realize, some small habits they could add back into their life, that would be fabulous. So another thing that scares the crap out of me is Alzheimer's and dementia. My maternal grandfather, right? Am I saying that? My mom's dad developed officially. He had a diagnosis of Alzheimer's and passed. I was in my 20s. And then my mom, I saw over the past, I guess 20 years, began to start falling. She had one fall. I remember I was with her, we were shopping, and I was either pregnant or I think I was pregnant. We were just randomly at Home Depot or Walmart or something, a big store like that. And we're walking and she tripped over just like a nothing, like a little bump in the concrete. And I mean, we were like, gosh, she would have been like 50s and I would have been like 20s. I mean, we were out and about doing shopping and she tripped. There was nothing. And she just fell. And I remember she didn't even try to stop herself. I mean, she literally fell down like, oh, and I remember saying, Mom. And she was okay. She scratched up her chin. And we were like, that was kind of random, And about a year later, she fell. She was carrying a punch bowl. We were going. Had I had my son? I can't remember. My sister and I had a baby real close together. Yeah, I had my son. But we were going to my sister's baby shower and she was bringing the punch bowl and she came out of the storage room in the garage and I guess she tripped over something, whatever, and she fell and busted up her whole right hand and arm. I'd have surgery. And you're like, okay, well and these two incidences we didn't think about at the time, like, oh, those are just happen. She's bustling around, she's trying to get ready to go to the shower, whatever. And that was a huge setback for her. It was her right hand too. And then she was so scared of falling. Like if the grandkids had stuff in the floor, I mean, so scared of falling. And then right after I had my third child, I developed, what do you call it? Not full like dizziness, but randomly like going up and down stairs, I would feel like I was falling. You know, like on the elevator, when the elevator first goes down, you're like, oh, I would get that feeling. And I was just literally, if there was like going up 2 or 3 steps in a parking lot or going up to like a bi-level in a house and just even going down a few steps, I would grab onto the rail. And my husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, equilibrium issues, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I found out it's from having a baby, but also because I had a really weak core as a woman, as an aging woman, from having babies and just not developing my full body. I'm still kind of working out, but you know, when you're having babies, you kind of put that to the side and you're not really working out consistently and you're not really doing it for functional health. It's more of like, oh, I need to lose this extra 20 pounds after having a baby. Oh, we have a party we're going to, and I want to fit in that old dress. So I want to, just lose that tummy bulge or whatever. It wasn't really about functional health. And I was like, crap, I don't want to fall. Maybe this is what happened to my mom, Well, then my mom got diagnosed with lung cancer. We knew it was coming. I mean, she smoked since she was 16 because everybody did back in the day. And got through that. And then the woman freaking fell. And we knew that her bones were pretty brittle from the smoking and the chemo and never doing, like, she had that mom, like, she wasn't overweight, but I mean, like, no working out, no weights, no resistance training. She still had a job, but it's 70-ish, her bones were crap. And that was the beginning of the end. She broke her femur and her wrist again on the other side, and then got better, sort of ish, and then fell again and was wheelchair bound. And it hit me again, kind of like when I was younger. And, my grandparents were aging, and I was like, okay, I got to work out for heart health. And that was my focus. Like, I want to be able to have a good 3 miles under me. That's a good 30, 45-minute workout. That's a good, like, heart health, like 3 to 5 times a week. You need to be doing cardio, right? So I'm like, I'm doing good. And then I'm like, oh my God, I've got to really focus on bone health and resistance training. And I'm not an expert, and there's so many more things, but y'all, I hate doing weights. I hate them. I will run 25 miles or go for a walk or do a swim. But man, weights I hate, but I got to do it. So I started it was really when my mom got the cancer, and just dedicating, it's not always 3 times a week. Sometimes not that good, but there's some weeks when I get 5 and 6. So I feel like I'm healthy-ish, but getting those weights and resistance in bands, small hand weights. I'm not Camp Gladiator. That's not my thing. Sorry, Camp Gladiator people. That's not my thing. I don't want to hurt myself. I'm not trying to lift 25 clean and lift or whatever the heck of those things are. No, I want to do functional health, laying on my stomach, lifting 5 pounds, for my back, doing squats so I can lift my kids. Cause I'm an older mom, right? I had my youngest at 39, 40. Yeah, 39. And I turned 40 before he was a year old. And I want to be able to do those things. And so I try to get that in as much as I can. So I have two things now that we've kind of like established the topic here of being healthy-ish. Now, we can't be perfect all the time. We live in America. Sometimes I got to grab a drive-through food because I got to take kids places, right? Or whatever, but healthy-ish. So adding in some things and choosing, this month I'm going to focus on decreasing my sugar. This month I'm going to focus on walking after dinner. This month I'm going to focus on whatever, just developing some healthy habits for long-term, healthy, good life. Like, I want to live to 100, and I want that 100 to be fabulous. I want to live to 100 because I want to see my grandchildren. I mean, if my youngest son I had at 40 and he didn't have a baby till 30, I'm not going to see his children until I'm 70. Like that's easy math, right? And at 70, I want to be able to walk my grandchild to the park. And so I want to be able to live, right? All right. I also want to look cute. I'm not going to lie. I want to be cute. I want to look healthy. I remember the first 5K I did. This was in college, and my friends were like, let's do a 5K. I'm like, okay. Struggled. I mean, I was like sucking wind, but I did it. But it was life-changing because at the end they give out these little medals, right? It's nothing. It's nothing until they start calling up the age groups. And they're like, okay, the teens and then whatever, and the 30s and the 40s. And then you're like, oh, he 50? He kind of cute. Oh, she's 55 in the 55 category. Her legs look better than mine. Then I get to the 70s, and these people are like, look so healthy and happy and vibrant, and their skin looks good. I mean, they still have some wrinkles. They have gray hair. You can tell they're older, but like they look good older, right? And you're like, okay, I'm hooked. That's what I want to be when I'm 70, 75. Laughing, having fun. They're not in pain walking around. Heck, they just ran a 5K, right? They have a healthy weight. Their eyes look healthy. Their teeth, everything. They look good. They look 20 years younger than what they are. That's the old Cheryl that I want to be. So the other thing that happened with my mom is she developed dementia. And like I said, my grandpa had diagnosed Alzheimer's, and we did multiple tests. We're like, something's wrong with mom. Now, if you ever break your femur, it is the largest, I guess, longest and thickest bone in your body. Largest, we're going to go with largest. And it is extreme trauma to your whole body. It is a shock to your system. Found this out after because my mom developed what's called hospital dementia. And this is, I don't really know totally, but it's when there's a large, typically a femur break or the ball and socket, but a large bone break, severe trauma, pain meds, right? Because she was in so much pain for 3 days because we had to wait for the effects of her blood thinners to go away before we could have surgery. So 3 days we had to keep her just tied. Literally her legs were tied together. It was hell on her. And obviously me and my sisters being there with her. And then not going outside. So not seeing the sun go up and down, being outside is critical. Anyway, and I mean, like, y'all, she like cray, like my sisters and I would be like, oh my God, she's got the crazy eyes. I mean, it was like that, like normal woman literally going to work that day to crazy eyes and scared. And this woman was scared out. She was having vision. She thought there was lettuce and a rabbit on the wall at one point. She thought the nurses were trying to kill her. It was crazy. Like this was a competent woman in one day's time. She kind of came out of it, but the dementia kind of lingered and then continued to get bad. And so I'm like, shit, I got heart disease on both sides of my family. I got this lung cancer stuff going. Obviously, I don't smoke, but I was exposed to secondhand smoke for, 20 years of my life. And now I got this dementia / Alzheimer's crap I got to combat. So, I started reading shit. I start digging. And what can I do to not have dementia? How can I push off the effects as long as possible? Yada, yada. So here's the list. Now, healthy-ish. We don't got to be perfect all the time. You got to give yourself some grace. Most of these are tied together. So I'm going to go through a list and we'll talk about it. All right. Number 1, exercise. Right? People who exercise more reduce the prevalence of dementia. Now, don't mean you got to go run a marathon or do something crazy. Just take your little self on a walk and come back and then get your resistance bands and do squat, whatever's in the kitchen. Okay. Healthy eating. Don't be smoking. Don't be smoking stuff. Nothing. No kinds. Okay. It's not about whatever. It's that you're putting impurities into your lungs. Okay. Nothing. No vaping, no anything. Healthy weight, which obviously if you're exercising, you're healthy eating. That's benefit is a healthy weight, right? It doesn't say be stick thin either, because that's not healthy. A good blood pressure, low cholesterol, and healthy blood sugar. So you're like, oh man, that's all health stuff, right? Now, obviously, you can do things like brain activities and whatever, but these are the most critical. So you can't be eating Big Macs all day and then go do a word puzzle and think you're going to combat Alzheimer's. Don't work like that. Okay. These are the most important. These are the 7 habits to avoid, right? Okay. So what can we do? So then which one of those can you do, right? Which is, I mean, exercising and the healthy eating is really bam, you got that. Okay. Now, with also reducing alcohol consumption. Now, that was not on the list. On some, it was on others, right? So reduce. I still like my wine, healthy-ish. I'm not trying to live to 100 and be boring. Okay. I'm still going to be drinking my wine. I'm still going to go on my girls' trips when I'm 70, 80, and all the husbands are dead. And that's what we're going to be doing. But we want to be able to enjoy our lives and the longest life we can have, right? So that's the list. And even if you don't have dementia in your family, I mean, age onset dementia happens too, right? And so all of these things can help just to push it out. If you get 5 more years of fabulous life with your grandkids and your husband or whoever, right? To find out something new, maybe you go back to school at 60 and get your degree you never had, right? Whatever. All right. So to make myself do a little healthy detox, I did. Okay. Do y'all like the glasses better? These are not real glasses. These are my blue light glasses because I'm on the computer a lot. But my husband thinks they make me look cute, so I'm going to wear them sometimes. All right. So what I like to do is shake things up because I get bored kind of easy. And so, like I said, I have to have like, okay, this month I'm going to do this. This month I'm going to do this. Whatever. How many of y'all out there have heard of 75 Hard? Some of you are saying, shit. She brought it up. I did. So I started hearing about 75 Hard about 2 years ago because I see these people posting every day because people got to post. And I'm like, stop it. Do it in private. Do your day-to-day in private. And then when you get those gains, share them out. All right. So that's just a little secret. Okay. Here's what 75 Hard is. Okay. This guy, Andy Frizzell, he made this, he's kind of he's like a badass. He started out, he's an entrepreneur and he owns some supplement stores. That's what he kind of started out as. Now he's a gazillionaire or whatever. So anyway, he made a challenge with this other gazillionaire guy that he could get his body weight down to some crazy, crazy percentage. And he was always he's a health fitness guru, right? And he bet some ungodly like $250,000. Like to us, we're like, holy cow! I don't even want to lose $50 to my friend, but he did this big one, and so that he could get his body weight to something crazy like 7%. Women, don't be trying that, but men, whatever. Okay, and so he developed this plan because he's like, I know how, with all his like learning and everything that he knows about being healthy, and he came up with this plan. All right, it is a 75-day challenge, no deviations. You deviate, you got to go back to day 1. So don't deviate. Nobody wants that. There's an app that really helps you. I liked the app. It's $7. You might as well get it. I don't get anything from saying this. This is really for y'all and just to share my what happened when I did it. So I want to, it was before summer. I want to be looking cute in my pool. I have a pool. Someone's like, I got to be the cutest one. I got to get a new bathing suit every summer or 5 and be cute. So, and I really needed something because my mom was still here with us and going through a lot, and I need some for me. And so you choose a diet. So for 75 days, you have these commitments. It's all about committing yourself. You choose the diet. no matter what you choose. I mean, it can't be the McDonald's diet, but choose a healthy diet. Okay. So I did a high protein, low carb, not no carb, high protein, low carb. I'm going to go in the easiest to hardest. Okay. So that's it. You choose the diet because I'm all about choice. All right. You work out. No, hold on. You read 10 pages a day of a nonfiction book, like a self-help or whatever, not on a Kindle. You got to be on paper so you can actually feel the paper and see the progress every day. I think I read about 6 books during my 75 days. And you choose the books. Okay, again, choice. 10 pages. Some you can go over, you whatever. During that time, I made a little reading corner. Y'all can see it back there. I got my little fancy chairs, and that was my time. And I really spent a lot of time by myself and meditating during that 75 days, which was also really good cleanse for my soul. You're going to work out. Hold on to your booties. Twice a day for 45 minutes each. One is going to be outside. So the week before, I wanted to see if I could do this and how I felt. Because I already I'm like, well, I got like 5 days a week. So what can I do? So I did. My friend and I did this together. That was really helpful. And we did a bunch of, you know how like all the gyms have like 7-day free and blah, blah, blah free and $10 you can come this month for free, whatever. So we did that. We went to all these different places and did different things for our inside workout, right? And that would include, because those got like the good resistance and the weights, and we had to buy anything. And then we would walk for the other 45 minutes outside or run. So walk or run, whatever you want to do. But you can do anything. Some days, if it was like raining, he says you're not supposed to be under a patio, but I did get under my patio, and I would just take my weights, my hand weights, and I have a stepper machine and would just go and do it on my patio. And if it wasn't raining, then I would just do it outside. Some days I did a pool swim. You can do anything. I did video, like the free videos on Prime, the free Netflix workout videos. There's a bunch of Nike ones that are 30 minutes long. So you just do like 1.5 of those, but whatever it is, it's 2. And they need to be split apart, like 1 in the morning, 1 at night. You got to have some time. So you can't just go work out for an hour and a half and call it done. It's all about the mind body. You got to do it and commit and then do another one. Okay. Drink a gallon of water. Now listen, I already have pelvic floor issues. I ain't drinking a gallon of water. It ain't happening. I was peeing like crazy. I had to stop at the Tom Thumb one day out on my walk because I was drinking a gallon of water. My theory is if a 350-pound man needs a gallon of water, I don't need a gallon of water. So I reduced mine. But whatever it is, set your commitment. Don't tell Andy I said that because he would say that's a deviation. And then the one that's going to be either easy for you or they're going to be like, hell no, I ain't never doing that. No alcohol for 75 days. Now, I like my wine. I don't drink the wine every day and I don't get crazy every day, but I do like wine. And summer's hard because we got a pool and we always have pool parties. Okay. But I was like, okay, stop being a wimp. You did 9+ months, 3 times in your life. You can freaking go 75 days without drinking. And I did. Not one sip. Through a graduation party for my niece. Through going out with my friends. And you still go. So he says, don't skip the activities because the whole thing is about being healthy for your family and friends and for yourself. So go get your mocktail. He would do coffee. I love coffee, but he would do coffee with no sugar. Absolutely not. He said he would go to bars and order coffee and get crazy looks. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to get me a mocktail or a fruit juice, just a Cape Cod with just the juice and the lime, right? It's not that hard. And I did it 75 days. You take a picture of yourself every day. You can put in the app. You can share it with your friends. You can hide it away, whatever you want to do, but it's just a progress pic. And it felt good. It felt good. The reading was good. I had way less social media phone time. I lost about 12 pounds. I put some back on, but that's okay. But it was really, really good mind-body detox time. And then my sister did it, and which is awesome. And she's finished with it now, but she saw great progress and gains. And some people do it like once a year. And then after the 75 days, there's a 30-day challenge. I have not done that, where you add in some meditation and different things. But I mean, guys, it's a commitment. It is a commitment. But once you set your mind to it, and I resisted it for about 3 years because I had friends. I think it's because I saw people do it and they made it look too hard. Once you get going, you're like, whatever. It's just planned. Every day I'm going to get up. I'm going to do my thing. It would be, I don't have a traditional 8 to 5 job. My sister does. It's a little harder for her, but she doesn't have little ones at home, and I do. We'll have one little one, and then I have my daughter with special needs. I still call her a little one, even though she's 14, but I call her a little one. And so whatever it is, everybody's got something that you got to overcome. And so if you're considering doing it, download his app, Andy Frizzell, look up 75 hard. Don't be doing no 75 easy, 75 over easy, medium, whatever. Just do it. Just do it. You won't regret it. You will, if you don't do it and then you see somebody else do it, you're going to be like, crap, I could have been done with this by now. I should have done it. And I never felt like I didn't want to do it. I never was like, I definitely, will I do it again? I don't know. Maybe next spring. Definitely make sure that, like, if you're in an extreme climate, find a good time to do it. I got rained on a few times, but it was springtime. It was warm. It didn't bother me. A couple times, like I said, I did it under the patio. He would say that's cheating, but I'm fine with it. Better than not doing anything, right? Better than doing the 0 hard. And it's supposed to be hard. So that's the whole point. It's supposed to be hard. But it's a journey. Being healthy and working out is a journey. I would laugh now because I think about what we thought healthy meant in the 90s. So during this, I tracked I've done kind of a couple, I lost about 20 pounds a couple years ago because it started inching up on me. And so basically back then I just did 2 a day. So I was like 2 workouts a day, eat healthy. I didn't do all the other stuff. So I'm used to kind of the 2 a day thing to boost your metabolism and work off the extra pounds you need to. So, I just lost my thought. That's how it goes when you're old. Well, crapper. I don't even know what I was saying about that. I don't know. It'll come back to me in a minute. But anyway, it's a journey. It's a journey. And so, the 90s thing. That's what I was saying. Okay. So I have this app, which my Fitness Pal. I pay for the yearly thing. I don't chart my food all the time, but when I chart my food, I chart my food. When I make the commitment, all right, for 2 weeks, I'm going to chart every morsel that goes into my mouth. Every morsel. The coffee with the milk and sugar. I'm still going to put my milk and sugar in because you know what? I love my coffee. And I'm not going to skip it. But then I'm going to put everything in. Candy bar if I eat a candy bar or whatever. And then it tells me, and it gives me extra calories if I do a workout. So it's like, yeah, I can do a little bit more. I know I'm going somewhere today, whatever. But did y'all know? So back in the 90s, everybody thought, oh, don't get the crunchy tacos when you go to Mexico. Because I'm from Texas. We're going to eat a lot of Tex-Mex. My dad loved Mexican food. We're going out to dinner. We're either going to steakhouse or Mexican. And so, I'm healthy now. I'm 17 and I'm healthy now. And I'm not eating butter, right? I'm having margarine. And we're not eating eggs. Okay. And no, I'm not getting the crunchy taco. I'm getting the soft chicken tacos. Okay. I put that in my app. I could have three crunchy taco. Well, just the taco shells. I could have 3 taco shells for one soft flour taco shell. What? Who? I like the crunchy ones better anyway. Why did we think that because they're not fried or baked? What the hell? I'm over here eating chicken because it's whatever. No, get the beef crunchy taco. Just the shell alone will save you. Who knew? Not me. So You can do those big, I thought, oh, it's, I don't know why, but I thought the big, do a breakfast burrito and wrap that up. And that's much healthier. And I could have three, even put up in the pan and get a little bit of butter. Still has less calories and less carbs. Put three of them puppies and throw some eggs on them and avocado and have the best, who knew? Anyway, the 90s just about did us in with the snack wells and the Olean potato chips and everybody's just pooping everywhere. Y'all. I don't know how many, not to be political, because that's not what this podcast is about. This is about women's things and women's topics. But some RFK, if you have not followed RFK, I know some people go on these conspiracy things, but follow him for how he talks about health in America. And it's kind of like that whole thing, why the hell did we think we were healthy I can't believe it's not butter spray on our potatoes. Who told us this? And ruin our potatoes with this fake butter tasting spray stuff? Put some butter on there. Put some real butter on there and enjoy your potato and not have 20 chemicals in your body and have some calcium and protein on your potato. All these things. I don't know. It's shocking. And so just slowly start making some changes. That's another big thing I did is just, now I'm not perfect. It's not zero. It is a reduction in processed foods. I'm still going to eat me some Cheez-Its. Okay. The extra toasties. So don't touch them. If you come to my house, them's mine. But start reducing, if you want to be healthy, your preservative intake. Okay. So that's just one more. Just do it for a month. See if you like it. Then the next month, do something else. Okay. We'll talk some more about this because it's definitely a journey. I ain't perfect. I'm healthy-ish, but we can always be better. That's my favorite saying. I can be better tomorrow than I was today. There's always room for improvement, right? And if you have a bad day, that's all right. Just have a better second half of the day. Have a better tomorrow. Hope that you've enjoyed coffee with me today. Yes, I've enjoyed my coffee with regular old milk and sugar because that's what I do. Don't be getting any of that weird stuff in there. No, don't get those creamers with 12,000 ingredients. Okay, if that's your one thing, you can do it. But then you got to cut out something else, right? We got to balance it. Choose one thing today. This is the challenge today. Choose one thing to either remove out of your diet or lifestyle or add to your diet or lifestyle. So if you want an easy add one, read something. Go read something. Not on your phone, not on your computer. Go read a piece of paper. Go read a book. Print out an article. Go to the library. Pull a book. I know you got a book on that shelf that you haven't read yet. Pull it out. It don't have to be a nonfiction. Read something. Sit outside without your phone. Get some sunshine and just read for 5-10 minutes every day this week and see how you feel. I promise you won't feel worse. You might not see an effect, but I promise you won't feel worse. If that's an ad, right? That's a positive ad. If you want to take something out, I've given you a lot of things today. Just reduce your consumption of processed foods. Eat an apple instead of a bag of Doritos. I like me some Doritos, but grab an apple. You got one sitting on that counter. If you don't eat it, it's just going to get thrown away because it's going to go bad. So just eat it. Just eat it, see if you like it. Or if you're somebody that a lot of times, wants to have a glass of wine, have a alcohol-free work week. Just drink on the weekends. It's not that hard. Just be like, oh, I used to do this. I used to never have a drink on a Wednesday. Nah, I'm just going to drink water or tea or soda. Probably not a soda, but you could. It's a better replacement. Just say, I'm only going to drink on the weekends for a while. It's okay. Here's your permission to do it. Just be healthy-ish. I've enjoyed my time with you today, and I hope you enjoyed our time together. I hope to see you soon. Now, next time, make sure you bring coffee with you so we can have a cup of coffee together. Bye, guys.